angles, which obviously is going to bode well for both sides to keep it unpredictable. But this is going to be an explosive best of 3. That is 100% factual.
Just a few moments away from kicking this bad boy off, folks. FaZe is going to be starting on the defending side. Again, this is a best of 5. We've got Haven, Bind up next, Split as map 3, and then, if necessary, Ascent and Split one more time. There you see the triple duelist composition out of TSM, and not as much firepower, more of a standard comp out of FaZe.
Still going to be having to pay attention to where BABYBAY, Marved, and Corey do end up positioning. TSM on the attack. Kick us off, of course. And already just trying to hold the line at every single entryway. Look at that. They're anticipating some sort of early aggression, especially on something as crazy as a pistol round. And TSM, to be honest, respecting it. Looking at all possible angles, and then in the mid-round, they're going to start their transition.
Waited for a while. Some space has been gathered up a long, and it looks like that's exactly where TSM is headed. You've got the Cypher cam from FaZe on the site to see if anybody's going to be popping their way in there. Meanwhile, there is a bit of utility that's going to be used from TSM as well, as they're going to use the drone and the smoke to get rid of Heaven and to get rid of that cut area. It's going to have really FaZe blind at this point, as TSM can mosey in. The one bit of info, or of utility, excuse me, that should be able to get them some info is that camera that's posted up in that corner. The spike has gone down. FaZe clan have to fight for a 5v5 retake.
Nice camera finds hazed underneath in hell. While the rest of FaZe clan starting their approach, and they'll push in a smoke to deny vision from the long side. Look at the flank from Wardell. He's going to get caught by a tripwire. We'll see if FaZe clan double back. They do, but the action has already started on the site. BABYBAY with the first opening frag sees a couple down in the sewer, then he'll back away as Subroza will trade things out with ZachaREEE. But FaZe clan have already made their way onto the site. Down in the sewers is where TSM is being held up, and it's all down to Wardell, who's doubled back from the flank, but it's planted for long. Now they're starting to hop through, and BABYBAY goes vertical, but does he have enough time? They do not. TSM buy enough time to win the first pistol.
We talked about how the series was going to be a banger, and that first round delivers. Just like that, you mentioned how things go down to the wire. It was insanely close, but that spike does eventually go off. TSM is going to take the early lead. You see they're going to bring a bit more punch as far as artillery goes into this following round. FaZe with the decision around whether or not they choose to force up. So far, it looks like they want to play this second round a little bit more conservatively.
I mean, it's a best of 5, so there's no threat of losing the first 2 maps. If you want to play things safe and start slow, you're really saving your stamina. You know, for TSM, this kind of feels like a best of 8. You know, they just came off of a best of 3. Now they have to play again. They got a 20-minute or so break, 30-minute break, and now they got to go back into the swing of things. And we're actually going to see that B site execute. FaZe clan will start the flank down the long side. There are no tripwires from TSM, so this is going to be unknown to them, as Corey will start to wrap around. Marv will go through the doors, but the action still starts and continues on the B site. Drone will find Rawkus. Subroza will find Marv to the garage, all down to Corey now on this flank, alongside BABYBAY, who's on the site. Not really a whole lot I think they can do. They hear that flank come through. There's going to be the updraft for Wardell. Oh, he gets shot by the classic, as hazed will mow him down, and now BABYBAY trying to reposition for exits, as this round, of course, is lost to FaZe.
Yeah, it's just difficult. He's going to get cleaned up right at the end there. Really had no choice. A nice round for Drone and for the rest of TSM. 3K into the hands of that Phoenix, but now, as we know, is where things get a little bit more spicy. FaZe is going to be able to bring in full rifles. TSM is technically going to be on the back foot, as they're going to have Bulldogs and Spectres to work with. Cutler, the one exception, bringing in the Vandal. We saw a little bit of action over on A, and now we're seeing, and then in this last round, we saw some on B as well. TSM, at least early on, posturing towards the A site, but we've seen them be very comfortable patiently waiting out the first few moments of the round before they pull a trigger.
So you'd normally think, okay, the lack of presence from FaZe clan towards this A site is a scary problem, but that's because I'm anticipating a lot of what we're seeing right now from FaZe Clan. Mid-aggression, mid-control to find early picks. We'll see if TSM is able to exploit some of that early on. Drone at least sells some sort of fake towards the C side, smokes them down, and TSM are barreling down this A side, and that's what you can see here from Corey and Marved. That early mid-aggression finds Cutler trying to rotate back around. So it's a 3v5 retake in favor of FaZe Clan, and they've got members coming in from all possible sides.
Spike planted.
He's going to get that spike down right in the corner as members of FaZe Clan start to rotate over. That drone's going to be the tip of the spear for FaZe as Rawkus looks for info. Did spot one, not able to tag him. They've invested a couple of players up towards heaven. FaZe Clan have that dart. I love that dart from Rawkus to try to get some info, but nobody has been spotted. There's just so much smokes. Meanwhile, through all the smokes, through all of the cover, players are dropping. TSM is just down to hazed. BABYBAY with the 3K on the round. That Bulldog bites, and it puts FaZe Clan up on the board.
You know, I expected a little bit more from Corey in that flank. He did find one pick, and then, of course, Wardell doing what Wardell does best, turning back around and finding that frag from range with the Spectre. But looking at how FaZe Clan played that round, it all started with that mid-aggression. And once again, guess who's there? Guess who's prepared to get some of that early ground covered? You know, I'd imagine there might be some merit to Wardell peeking window with the op here. We'll see if TSM adapt to that mid-aggression, because it doesn't seem like FaZe Clan are going to stop anytime soon. This time, they're moving ZachaREEE off of that C side anchor to that A side anchor, anticipating more action from TSM on this A side.
Very similar cam to what we saw in the first round. And again, TSM showing a bit more preference that way. We talked about the mid-aggression from FaZe, and they've actually sent a little bit more this time as Corey's going to clear out the courtyard. That drone is going to go down. He immediately pops the Empress. Empress looks for the leer. There's not going to be anyone challenging him. He's going to have to back off. Meanwhile, Rawkus does drop across the middle of the site. Marved in a tight corner, goes in, is able to take care of Subroza. That's a big kill for FaZe.
Now hazed is going to be caught in the rotation, sees one barely sneak in towards doors. At least hazed is going to know that there are no flanks, because that's what he's holding on to. Drone using the run it back to plant the spike, and now the time's ticking, but ZachaREEE surprising Cutler. Psych! He's going to be the one doing the surprising. The 3v4 retake. FaZe Clan are on the site.
BABYBAY trying to get some positioning as they're trying to hold off the offense of TSM. BABYBAY's going to drop at the hands of Wardell as he continues to hold things down from that sewers path. FaZe Clan has personnel on the site.
One
but there just aren't a ton of options. Marv drops as well. Corey, the last one there, tries sneaking. He really has no choice, but drops.
No!
Oh, he defused it!
He got it! Corey! Holy smokes! That is one of those things that I hate about those scenarios. You can ping the smoke as much as you want, but you gotta get in there. You have to get in there. FaZe Clan sneak away, and let's look at this back. They do spray Marv correctly, but they just don't have a great angle on Corey. Because the first couple of shots do land, but they're like, let's just spray in a larger area. You know, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Yeah, you might hit the fish, but you don't know that you have. You don't know that you did. So, like that. And now FaZe Clan, okay, giving up that mid-aggression. This time being a little more aggressive on both extremities. Down A long, down C long, and it pays off. Corey gets traded out by Wardell. It's a 4v4 rest of the round.
Spike sitting down too long. It is going to get picked up by drone as TSM mull over whether or not they want to continue their push towards C or potentially go around. Meanwhile, Rawkus applying a little bit of pressure, and they've essentially boxed TSM in. FaZe Clan continuing to do so as well, as now you see Marv pushing his way forward. Members of TSM are going to start to rotate. Marv able to get one. It is going to get traded out, however, and Cutler drops on top of that. Very well played by FaZe Clan, understanding where TSM was, understanding where their areas of strength were on the map, and really leaning into those.
This is one of those things that is very scary for TSM because, you know, Haven, a map that has kind of gone to that 50-50 line, used to be very attacker favored and logically should be with 3 maps, right? If you 5 rush a site, if you Zerg rush a site, well, how many members are there going to be to defend? And FaZe Clan have done a great job of being very aggressive on the defense and have found ways to poke holes through the defensive line or through the attack, through the offensive line from TSM. And once again, A little bit more passive play towards the C site, and this time pushing a different extremity down A long. They'll find a pick onto Drone with this double peek down long.
Yeah, you saw Drone use a curveball to try to create a little bit of room, but BABYBAY able to land that shot anyway. And Corey got away with his life.
I have the spike.
TSM now moving away from A as they've seen a good bit of pressure and a good bit of strength from FaZe Clan. Down A long, starting to work their way over towards C. No aggressive positioning from FaZe down too long. You see they're playing a bit more conservatively, knowing that they had invested a lot of pressure on A.
A lot of ultimates available here for TSM. We might see some of those come into use. Blade Storm, Hunter's Fury, especially for those late round diffuses. We already hear the Empress pop, and TSM very committed to standard execute Paranoia off the side, but Marved has his own Paranoia right out the entryway, but still FaZe Clan are keeping TSM at bay. Marved with 2, BABYBAY with a second. The spray down
30
on Cutler
seconds
doesn't
left.
pan out, but guess who's wrapping around from behind? It's Corey. The mid-round flank wrapping all the way around behind TSM. They're able to hold the line. I like the standard execute, but the Paranoia from Marved and the Cyber Cage paired up really scares them from pushing any further. You saw Wardell, he went up, tried to find some Blade Storm frags, but he gets shot right out of the air, and FaZe Clan now lead by 2.
And poor ZachaREEE was in such a brutal spot there. You saw the Hunter's Fury as he tried dancing around that, and then Wardell came up with the Blade Storm and was just picking him apart from up top as well. He was just kind of like, well, crap, I don't have a ton of options. But the option that FaZe Clan seemed to be exercising here, at least earlier on in this round, is again that a pressure across the middle of the map. Corey has worked his way up. Marved already has a pick.
Corey's going to get in deep here while the rest of the team going to start to support the A push. They don't have a lot of information here, and that's going to be hazed down, and TSM are like, damn, what do we do? The spike hasn't been picked up either. It's in a tough spot too. FaZe Clan don't know that it's in that tight little corner, and Drone is just trying to find as much ground as he can that TSM can feel comfortable with using. It's going to be a 4v3 retake, but will they even get the spike down is the big question.
Still mulling things over. Man, he's going to drop. The spike is going to be there as well. You see members of TSM now getting onto the site. Drone dancing around, able to get one, not going to get the second either. The firepower from FaZe was just too much as they take a 3-round lead.
Yeah, the TSM need to find some sort of way to deal with this mid-aggression, but I also have to highlight that it's not every round that they do it. We saw a round where FaZe Clan pushed 2 down C long. We saw a round where they double peek A long, which is, to be fair, quite standard for most teams, right? You set up the op, you get the orb. If there's nobody there, you get the orb. If there's somebody there, you get the early pick. It's 5v4, right? But what teams have we seen really exploit this mid-aggression and find so much success using it? We're only, 7 rounds in. There's still a couple of more to go, but TSM seems to just really not look towards that side. And this fast rush on the eco, they're hoping for some success at least.
Yeah, but it's going to be tough trading, at least initially. You see BABYBAY has already gotten a pick. The members of FaZe Clan are going to be rotating over from the middle of the map as TSM have fully invested onto this. A site, hazed, and Subroza, are able to get one apiece as Cutler joins in as well. The spike is going to go down after all of the chaos initially. TSM has a personnel advantage. Of course, as I say that haze drops, it's going to be a 2v2.
ZachaREEE up above. He's going to be looking to work with Corey here. Corey just trying to clear the other angles that are necessary for him. Oh, what a great shot with Subroza with that even better. Now it's down to the 1v1. Cutler against ZachaREEE. Cutler in a really interesting position. He's wrapping around the box. That's going to be the cage as well. That benefits ZachaREEE. Now the defuse starts to come through, but the stinger, it's unstoppable. Cutler with the thrifty alongside TSM. That Zerg rush finally paid off. If you don't let FaZe Clan get into those slow-moving mid-aggression plays, well, those fast hits can be deadly because they've weakened both sides of the map.
And even you saw BABYBAY with the operator able to get the opening pick in the face of that aggression. It looked like they might be able to stifle it all, but no, it was just too much. They were overwhelmed by TSM. And again, it was a thrifty round for them, which bodes well. It's certainly a vote of confidence, if nothing else. FaZe Clan here, they've invested a bit more into the garage area. You see Lear coming out in smokes as well. TSM wisely starting to apply a bit of pressure across the middle of the map of their own. Again, 2 members from FaZe Clan sitting just on the other side of that wall.
Take flight.
I like this mid-hold from TSM. They're not letting Marved and Corey really have their way with that presence. They already break down the doors. But I think FaZe Clan are just going to get confident at some point and try to clear out with this slow-moving push. Yeah, they don't even care that you were there momentarily. They'll still deal with you as best as they can. ZachaREEE has to hold the line here. Shot's going to be good. There's the running back, and that's Subroza down. Spike is out of commission. There's the quick camera. That's the communication, but Cutler still opens up with the pick. Rawkus from range is going to find 2 with the Hunter's Fury, but he just tags them down. Corey with the flank. We always knew that he was going to be there, and now it's the 3v3 retake.
Corey drops, but not before taking Cutler. It's going to drop things down to a 2v2. Both members of TSM are certainly weaker. BABYBAY opting to use the Blade Storm here. And again, the spike continues to tick down. Drone on the flank here, tags one up, and then backs away as the spike begins to start diffusing. hazed gets a big kill through the smoke, but it's going to get traded out. Rawkus down to 47 health and is running out of time. He knows where Drone is, but there's just not a ton of options. He is able to get him, but can he stick the defuse?
He's going to have time. He's going to have plenty of time. What a great round from FaZe Clan. But I like the attempt from TSM. We have to give credit where credit is due. They tried, and similar to the Moon Raccoons match, they countered the flanks with more flanks. That's what you got to do. That's the best way to take care of this and the best way to deal with this FaZe Clan oppression. And we saw against Moon Raccoons, you saw Subroza constantly on the flank. You'll see that more on the defensive side from TSM. But at the moment, as the attack, they're just trying to hold the line. They're just trying to keep FaZe Clan at bay. Drone with the wraparound didn't quite work out, but let's pay attention to the round at hand. TSM, once again, looking to hold mid, trying to have a little bit more presence there. The buy is less than desirable, but let's see how FaZe Clan respond.
See again that early dart from FaZe Clan down A long, seeing if there's any info. TSM, again, pushing into the aggression that we've seen from FaZe time and time again as they've established themselves across the middle of the map. Marved potentially getting a little bit impatient. Oh my gosh, what a snap on the Subroza.
And he's got a paranoia. Then he's going to push on in. Corey's got the angle there. Now he can deal with these window players. Shots are coming through, and Marved is down below. There's Drone, and Wardell's like, well, what? Wait a minute. What's going on the site? What's going on in the courtyard? Neural Theft is going to find out where those TSM members are located. This bloodbath does favor TSM. They've managed to stop this mid-craziness with some mid-craziness of their own, and now 2v2 is all that remains for 50 seconds.
See, Wardell's going to have the spike and make his way up C long. Meanwhile, FaZe, guessing at this point, have no idea, are over on the opposite side of the map. They're going to start to rotate over. It looks like they might be from the same side. You see the spike has gone down. Oh, BABYBAY gets spotted by that dart. That's going to give away his position. It looks like they're both still pretty comfortable working their way through Garage. Meanwhile, TSM has sent Cutler down C long, and he's going to have that Hunter's Fury as well. That's such a good position to be in, because even if Wardell loses control of the site, he has that ultimate to keep the defuse at bay.
Wardell's in a little bit of trouble here. Shot's going to be good from ZachaREEE. He at least finds one for the trade, but now here comes the Hunter's Fury. There's still 12 seconds left. He's got to stick to defuse. We'll see if Cutler reads that correctly. He does. Hunter's Fury frag will be the death of ZachaREEE. There wasn't a lot of time left. There was under 15 or so. So ZachaREEee had to stick to defuse, and he obviously could not. 6-4, 2 rounds remain. Possibility for TSM to really make this a good half for them, as we're now starting to see the catch-up dream come to reality. It's the eco for FaZe Clan, so another round likely in the pocket here for TSM. And we'll see, of course, how this round unfolds for FaZe Clan's aggression once more. Do they go more aggressive on this eco, or do they play it the same?
Corey is going to have a Guardian, so he's got a little to work with. But again, Marv, aggression through Garage. He's only got a Sheriff here, and he's going to get pushed back instantly. Has to teleport out to safety. You heard the Empress was used as well from TSM as they fight for this control. The drone is going to be used over by A to get some info, see if anyone's home on that side of the map. Meanwhile, members of FaZe Clan are starting to rotate back towards C. They've got some more presence in Garage. They've invested a little bit more in putting Rawkus on this side of the map as well. Gosh, Marv, that's a big pick.
That's a huge pick. We'll see if Rawkus comes up bigger. He's not Corey. Guardian, the assault rifle, 1D. He's not going to find much success with a Cutler holding down that flank. And I like how hazed is holding down the other one. Wardell's got the angle in mid, and really TSM are just waiting for FaZe Clan to come to them. They are totally comfortable with playing this passively. to allow FaZe Clan to make mistakes. And I wouldn't really call them mistakes, as it's the eco. You know, FaZe Clan are just going to try to force the issue regardless. Most teams you'd see would stack on a side and hold their eco weapons together. But now this is the round where FaZe Clan either make this a 7-5 or TSM tie us up and then get, you know, decide that they can also start their own aggression, start their own flanks, and really cause FaZe Clan a little bit of trouble.
We'll take a look at how FaZe Clan are going to be positioning on the defensive side. Here, I believe there's a little bit of Cypher utility up in the entrance into B. There's going to be some over at A, and they're actually playing off of C. They don't have very much presence there at all. Once again, a little bit of at least an aggressive peek from BABYBAY with the operator. Oh, I like this from Marved. Oh, is he going to stick it though? Okay, he's going to back out. It got canceled out.
Cover going out.
So they have an idea that members of TSM are still back over by the spawn. That's going to give Marved a little bit more confidence. You see him peeking his way through garage. Meanwhile, the Empress is going to be used as they wait things out. Corey and members of FaZe again aggressive here on mid.
Oh, they see Subroza and they're starting to spray through. That's a great opening pick to answer back to some of that early aggression, but that spray continues to go through the side of the window there. Oh, what a shot from Corey. That just had to have been the hold down on the spray and just shot it through such a narrow angle. Finds the pick there onto Subroza, who was already relatively weak. TSM hitting this late round A hit in the mid round. Spike about to be planted. FaZe Clan, they're nearby. They may not even let this go down.
Blocking sight.
Wardell is going to get the spike down. BABYBAY drops. I feel like every time we watch Drone, he's pulling off a kill like that. He has a knack for these things. But for now, TSM have the numbers advantage. FaZe Clan trying to fight for this retake here. You see Corey starting to reposition as they consider how do they get in. ZachaREEE spots one. Drone gets tagged up a bit. That's certainly going to help as Wardell and Drone both drop. TSM just down to 2 members left, but the clock continues to tick away. Corey gets a big one. It's going to drop things down to 1. It's just going to be hazed. Hazed, known for heroics in situations like this, is not going to be able to deliver. ZachaREEE gets the best of them. FaZe take a 7-5 lead into halftime.
You know, I think TSM, and I mean, it's always going to happen this way in the post plant. There aren't too many great positions, and the positions that were active on site were taken down. If Drone survives there and gets like a multi-kill, it's a different story for TSM. But you had Cutler and hazed playing off site. I think hazed was hoping that a Paranoia would land on 2 members so Cutler could swing and find a 2-piece. But unfortunately, I don't even think it paranoid anybody. So 7-5, a good half, I think, for both sides. And now TSM, they'll have their own hand at the lurks. They'll have their own hand at the same pressure that they can apply to FaZe Clan. Or we'll see something a little different. We'll see how FaZe Clan adapt to it. But early looks at this pistol, we're going to be seeing, oh, it was originally going to be an A stack, but they really just swap on over to C. hazed is really going to have his work cut out for him.
See if this call works out. You see TSM has brought Wardell over into the fold along with Subroza. BABYBAY goes in, gets aggressive. It's going to be traded out 1 for 1. And they consider continuing to funnel through, but it looks like they're going to back off. The problem is for FaZe, they are walking into a member of TSM who's rotating all the way around. Drone with the flash, peeks, spots 2, and backs off.
Wow. Drone is so good at this video game. The fact that he's just maneuvered his way into the position that he's in now is phenomenal. Wardell pushing aggressively with Subroza down the long side. They know they have the space. Drone saw them all. Shots from Wardell. That's 4 on the round. It's all down to Corey. He's going to upgrade to the Ghost, but he's up against 3 members of TSM. Spike behind enemy lines. Corey has to take 3 individual 1v1s. He's going to see Cutler. The rest of TSM will now start to respond. The task force has been assembled, and they're going to make their way over to where they might think Corey will end up. Through the link side, through the connector. Shock
30
dart.
seconds left.
He avoids it, but he's still overhealed. Look at that. He's at 150 HP, so he can really find himself a couple of shots, maybe a couple of 1v1s, but Wardell with the ace. A great message to send to FaZe Clan, and it'll trail TSM by 1.
Yeah, you imagine here, given how that last round went, whether or not FaZe choose to buy up. We didn't see them do that in the first half after losing the pistol. I don't imagine they're going to do so again. Some really crispy shots out of Wardell there, but you presume that this round will likely go in favor of TSM. We're going to be knotted up at 7 apiece. On the attacking side here, we saw this look early on in the last round, and they pulled off of it. But here it looks like they're going to want to go for it again. FaZe aggressively working their way through it.
I mean, it's the eco. You either hit the gas or you make your teammate, you make your opponents wait, right? And right now, FaZe Clan, they're hitting the gas. TSM just have better weapons. They also read it correctly. They stacked 3 on the site early, right? Maybe there's some sort of VOD reviewing that they had noticed FaZe Clan like to, you know, on the attacking side. Maybe they don't really like that mid-aggression as much as they do stacking together and working together on those rush gunfights, right? So looking at the economy here, obviously FaZe Clan are going to buy. We'll see what this round looks like, but Wardell usually on the 3rd round buys the op, so there's no surprise there. Once again, 3 stacked to this A site. We'll see what FaZe Clan have prepared for this early peak from Wardell.
Man, he loves this spot too. Peeking through sewers. Saw the dart come out as it looked like FaZe was looking for info. There was that shot, that cheeky spot that we were mentioning, Wardell liking to hold. Shot goes just a bit wide here early on. As TSM have 3 members over by A, and aggressive posturing too. They're not playing towards the back of the site. They're not really playing more on the back foot. They're demanding that they take some of this space. Meanwhile, for FaZe Clan, the spike is working his way towards garage. BABYBAY looking like it's going to be the tip of the spear. Good smoke.
This owl drone is super important because they haven't really gathered a lot of information. And the owl drone on the opposite side, they know that Wardell and Cutler might be on this A side. They're thinking about a potential, you know, quick flank from the B side. And now as they start to push in through the garage, it's a quick trade, a flurry of kills, but it does end up on top for FaZe Clan. Now the C site that's been kind of worked on a little bit by Marved, but for the most part, they had not a lot of information for it. So now it's going to be a tough retake, 2v4 for TSM. Drone on the angle there, gets spotted out. Now he's going to start to push in. Bulldog's going to find one, quickly transfers, but can't connect. And Wardell may be considering the op save here. It's a 1v3. Or is he going to push in?
Well, it's just such a tough spot, too, because he saw Corey get a kill on the opposite side of the map as the spike was going down on C, so he understood that there was somebody over there that could potentially be pushing in on him. That's why he was having to check those corners back and forth. And unfortunately, for TSM, for Wardell, the personnel of FaZe just proved to be too much. They're going to take a 1-round lead here. The operator still in hands of Wardell, and BABYBAY is going to have one of his own. We'll see where they position up here in this next round. Also worth noting, BABYBAY just 1 point away from having the Blade Storm. Wardell and Drone are going to have their own to work with. Shoot. Jeez.
Come on, Subroza. Why you gotta do BABYBAY like that? Why? We're even getting word from production that BABYBAY. What did he type?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I would feel that too. You try to jump peek with the op, then we see Drone getting a little presence here, while the rest of TSM working up through sewers. Spike still hasn't been picked up. Definitely the loss of BABYBAY hurts, especially with the op down. They're going to clear out this B side where Subroza gets a nasty shot onto BABYBAY. They may be looking for this B hit, but they don't really have a lot of information to work off of.
Well, you see Corey's making his way over towards A, but he's going to get taken out at the hands of Cutler. There's nowhere that's safe, right? The spike is still down over by A. They're just down to 2 members left. There's no room for FaZe here. They tried with that early look out the window, and obviously, as we saw, they got punished for it. They just haven't been able to find an opening here as Marved works his way into B. He's got the spike. He's got some utilities. So he can maybe do something, but this round would be so difficult to pull away. Yeah, Marved is going to drop. The spike is going to go down as well. This round is over.
Listen, I don't care if you're a TSM fan or a FaZe fan. Subroza is probably the best rifler in an A. Maybe Kohler would be a part of that conversation as well. He's got insane rifling, but Subroza is one of the best. Top 3 for sure. Top 3 riflers in the game. That shot, It was crispy. It was nice. It was beautiful. But from Subroza, come on.
It's just so filthy.
I mean,
to look at.
he really just held the angle. But he does, like we've seen even in the closed qualifiers, those quick flicks, the 1-2 punches that he's got, some of those ascent clips. Yeah, Subroza's the real deal.
Important to note for FaZe, Rawkus was able to hang on to that operator that BABYBAY dropped in that window and carry it into the next round. It looks like he's going to hang on to it, as it looks like we are in a bit of a pause. So that may change. It is a tactical pause coming out from FaZe as they look to mull things over, think through how they want to play the rest of this half. We are knotted up at 8 apiece. TSM have been able to take 3 of the last 4 rounds here. Now we're seeing a bit of a change too. It looked like they were considering FaZe was buying up. We saw a Bulldog. They're still kind of thinking things over on how they want to approach this thing. And again, for FaZe, TSM's defense has just been stalwart. They haven't been able to find a way in.
Yeah, the positioning, TSM has been great as well. Constantly switching it up. Wardell, sewers, Wardell long. You know, hazed has been pretty consistently holding down the C site. Subroza mid, Subroza down long. Like they've constantly been switching up the pairings to anticipate where FaZe Clan are hitting. But for the most part, the most important thing to note is TSM have been heavily prepared for any sort of A-side hit. Okay, they've always have at least 2 members there. The anchor, hazed alone, is usually either alone or paired up with somebody like Subroza. This time it's Wardell. C-side is usually relatively a little bit more open. TSM, I guess, proving that they're comfortable with the retake and also proving that they're comfortable letting hazed hold on to that. But this eco, it starts with some sort of stack rush towards A. They get halted, they double back, and it's going to end up at C on this eco for FaZe Clan.
That operator still in the hands of Rawkus. BABYBAY has the Blade Storm to work with. He's got light armor too, but hazed is the only one here on the site. Wardell is certainly close as he's hanging out in garage. There's about to be an engagement go down between him and Corey, as it looks like TSM are able to stop things early on. hazed is able to get one. Wardell is going to get traded out. hazed still trying to hold the fort, but it's not him. It's Wardell, or it's Subroza, excuse me, who takes care of ZachaREEE. Rawkus still has that operator as part of the equation. TSM have a 1-person lead here.
30
Now
seconds
Wardell
left.
is looking towards the entryway, trying to support hazed. Doesn't anticipate Corey coming through. So now that's going to be a great shot from Subroza.
Again.
All down to Rawkus with the op here. Does he want to save it again? I don't think so. It's a 1v3. It's doable, but not very likely for Rawkus. Cutler will take that one down, and TSM find a lead, 9-8. As the second half, we've seen them light up in FaZe Clan. Not really have a lot of great answers on the offense. But here comes FaZe Clan's gun round. This is where they would really pack a punch.
And we'll see what kind of looks they have. Again, at this point, you've got to be reaching pretty far into your bag of tricks to find an opening somewhere. On the defense, TSM, they've been shifting up some of their looks too. Here we see more presence, 3 over at A, Wardell over in garage. The smoke is going to come out. It looks like FaZe Clan certainly want to go over towards A. The Empress has been used. Drone in this angle. He's able to get one. Ooh, dash drive back out. Some fancy footwork from BABYBAY as he gets the kill on the drone as well.
Broza in a tough 50 as well. He's got the Empress as well. Oh my goodness, he doesn't find the second. BABYBAY trades out Corey. 3v2 retake in favor
Spike planted.
of FaZe Clan. Off pass to hazed. As Wardell may want those knives to come through. Here comes the paranoia, and there's gonna be 2. Wardell drop it down. Oh, that's 2 for Wardell. 1 more! Give it to him! Wardell takes down TSM, and they will lead by 3. 2. Math is hard.
the aggression out of Wardell was just nuts. He like just YOLO flies onto the site and gets 3. Let's take a look at that one more time. It was just that dang pretty. He flies in. The paranoia certainly set things up. As you saw, the first person he shot was blinded, but it didn't matter. He shot him in the back of the head anyway. So he could have not been paranoid, and he would have died nonetheless. TSM and Wardell, again, these are like those flashy plays like that. That's why people love TSM. It's because of things like that.
talked a little bit about how these first couple of maps are going to be very important for FaZe Clan to win. This one, not over yet, but another eco for them, as it's been an uphill battle once we've gotten to this second half. TSM have won, well, sorry, FaZe Clan have only been able to win one of the past couple of rounds. TSM have been on an absolute tear. This round might be the same. Wardell still with the Blade Storm. It's going to be a slow-moving B hit for FaZe Clan. It's usually really easy to get the spike down here. We'll see if TSM fight for it. There it is. It's going to be planted now. And at least they'll get that eco money. Oh, wait. Yeah. Wait, no, they won't. Drone with a molly takes him down. Holy smokes. Now they're going to try once more. And Drone's in a great position to try to stop it once again.
Yeah, no molly to keep things spicy this time, as he had already gotten one. But the rifle does just as much. Corey drops. You see some utility. Drone with the 3K on the round, looking for a little bit more. Yes, this is an eco. Drone just down to 15 health. BABYBAY holding things down with the Sheriff. As Rawkus is on the opposite side of the site. A 4K for Drone. Not able to get the last. hazed cleans it up. TSM is going to take a 3-round lead, and they're going to carry a couple of ultimates into the next round.
So, this is going to be a very important round for FaZe Clan. And a very important round for TSM. I'd imagine the running back is going to be used to gather some sort of intel. We'll see Drone. He's actually constantly pushed up through sewers with it. So we'll see how that ends up being used, or if he pushes up through A-long with it. We'll see how TSM prepare for this round. Once again, FaZe Clan, they start always on that banana side, gathering intel. Who peeks them sewers? Who peeks them banana? They try to get that information first and then react. And how are they going to plan out the rest of the round? And that's probably why TSM have been playing so passive on the C site. They're anticipating FaZe Clan with these hot and heavy A hits. We'll see if that happens again this time, as they're starting to barrel in.
Called for a hot and heavy A hit, and that's exactly what we've got. The Hunter Fury is going to be used by Rawkus.
Get out of my way!
Looks like was able to tag one, not going to be enough to deliver the kill, but ZachaREEE and BABYBAY are able to get a kill apiece. Corey on the side, he's going to spot one. hazed taken out. TSM just down to 2 members left. Subroza is going to be there. He's going to get cleaned up as well. It's just going to be on Wardell. He's got the Blade Storm and an operator to work with. The spike has gone down. FaZe Clan have full control of the site.
Sometimes all you need is a quick Zerg rush, you know? Pretty cost-effective units. Get a couple of Zerglings going, have them sprinting down to your opponent's base. You get those StarCraft references, you're a real one. You're an OG. And that's what really worked out for FaZe Clan. You saw that paired up with the Hunter's Fury from Rawkus. He was trying to clear out the sewers with the rest of FaZe Clan as they start to push in. I had really anticipated maybe Drone using that run it back or something, right? Like, I thought that maybe they would have paired up some sort of that utility together. Wardell's in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to get pinched by FaZe Clan. How many frags can he find? Cannot get those knives, but still gets Rawkus. Okay, you take those. You take those trades. Oh, will the op go? No, doesn't pick it up.
Yeah, it was tough. Not able to bring that into the next round, but a big round for FaZe to hopefully try to stifle some of this bleeding, to get some sort of momentum here in the second half, because as you can see on the timeline, it's been all TSM. Here, FaZe have found a couple of very small slivers of hope, if you want to go that way, but it's just been very impressive. Very impressive defensive showing from TSM. Here, FaZe, look at that. The one time that Wardell's not posted up in garage with an operator, that's exactly where FaZe goes.
Yeah, and TSM are reading this as well. Yeah, they maybe have overstacked on the A site, and FaZe Clan has done a great job of conditioning TSM that it's going to be the A hit, but I like how hazed pulls off. It's going to be a 5v5 retake. Wardell's going to be late to the party, but better late than never. Spike about to be planted. We'll see how they're going to deal with this. Early engagement goes to the way of hazed. That's Corey down, a duelist out of commission. This is doable for TSM.
Yeah, it is, because at this point, they have control of garage. They have different options on how they want to apply pressure to the site. That's going to force FaZe Clan to back off into that C-long area. There is no Hunter's Fury for them to be able to stop things from a distance. BABYBAY still has to stay on the site. You see that paranoia come out. hazed able to take care of BABYBAY as he works his way on as well. They've got smokes. They have cover. But the spike is planted.
One enemy remaining.
FaZe here. But my gosh, TSM, they're just able to pick them apart. Rawkus is the last one. Subroza is going to drop. Rawkus with the second. He gets a third, but it's not enough. Drone gets the best of them, and the spike is defused. TSM on match point.
I like
Match
the
point.
attempt though from FaZe Clan. Let's think about what the round to round has been. Round 14, FaZe stack A. Round 15, FaZe look A. Round 17, it starts with A, but then it goes to C. Like, it's just been A over and over and over again for FaZe, or at least they start. And I mean, look at it right now. Like, the setup's got 4 players in Garden. Like, what do you, like, of course, TSM would be, well, like, it's a risky play to stack 4 on the A side, but they were anticipating some of that similar action, but they're going to get that exact thing that they asked for this round. So, fast moving, it's going to be quick. We'll see if Cutler and Drone can stop this heavy push.
Dart's going to give away the positioning, and Drone's going to be the first one there to hold the line. Give him 3! Holy cow, the snap was filthy. Drone eventually does drop, but the damage has been done. FaZe Clan just down to 2 members left. The spike is going to work its way onto A. The Empress is there to keep things interesting. But TSM are going to have to fight for the defuse here. They're going to have to fight for the
Spike planted.
It's also match point. We're forgetting that is probably the most important part. Subroza going to take out Marved. It's all down to Corey. I like how he pushes into the smoke. The paranoia, he doesn't have a lot of information off of it. So sitting in the smoke is going to buy him some time, but he needs more than just time. He needs that 6th player in the lobby to help him out. Oh, a quick flick onto hazed. Unsuccessful. Subroza going to defuse, and TSM will win map number 1 against FaZe Clan. We'll see if FaZe Clan, of course, can take things back on Bind, but a great start to the best of 5 for TSM.
A great start indeed. We talked about how important that map was.